Hi everyone, my name is Todd Young. I'm a professor of physics and astronomy here at Wayne State College. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the total solar eclipse coming up on Monday. Both kind of what's going on as well as how we can enjoy this safely. So first of all, let's talk about what's going on. Now if you see behind me, I got some great pictures here, but one of them is the sun. So we're going to pretend that that is the sun off in the distance. And here is the planet Earth. And right here, of course, is the United States. And we're, of course, in the middle of the United States. Now on Monday, we're going to have our day as usual. The Earth is rotating, and then, of course, during the day, the United States is facing the sun. But on this particular day, the moon, which is going to be my fist, and in fact, this is about the right size for the moon compared to the Earth. The moon is about 1/4 the size of the Earth. The moon is going to move in between the Earth and the sun. And what's going to be remarkable is that it will move precisely in between, so that the shadow created by the moon will hit the Earth. Now, because the moon is so small and because it's a certain distance away, there's only a very small part of the shadow that actually hits the surface of the Earth. And that shadow moves, of course, because the moon is moving through space and the Earth is rotating. And anybody that shadow passes over for a brief amount of time, the moon will perfectly cover up the sun completely. And so that's what we call a total solar eclipse. But for anybody that shadow doesn't move over, they are going to get what's known as a partial eclipse, where the moon doesn't quite cover up the sun completely. And that's what's going to happen for everybody in South Sioux City, is that the moon won't quite cover it up. It's going to cover up about 95% of the sun. And so it's still going to be it's going to be a remarkable thing to see. It's going to get very dim. It's going to dim outside. It's going to seem like the sun is about to set like dusk. The animals will get a little, they'll be quiet. The breeze might die down a little bit, all of that stuff. And so it's still going to be a very remarkable phenomenon. But how can we enjoy this safely as well? Well, how we enjoy it safely is we got to keep in mind the fact that even though it's going to get dark, and that 5% of light, if you try to look at the sun, it's going to be tempting to look at the sun because it is so dark, and you want to see what's going on, of course, your natural curiosity. But you can't. You just can't, because even that 5% of the light that is still shining past the moon carries enough ultraviolet light that it can still do damage to your eyes. Now remember, ultraviolet light, that's the kind of light that burns your skin if you don't put on enough sunscreen during the summertime. And so there's still going to be that light that is going to be going into your eye. And so that means that you need to, at all times, you will need to have some sort of safety protection like this, like a pair of solar glasses like this, or like a telescope that has a proper solar filter. That's the only way in which you can look at the sun to see this eclipse, this partial eclipse taking place. Or you could set up a projection method where you just maybe create a little pinhole camera and watch and see an image of the partial eclipse down on a screen someplace, but not actually looking at the sun. So, and I think you are old enough that you can understand that, to just not look at the sun. And again, the idea here is that if you have any younger kids around, please help them stay safe as well. So thanks, and enjoy this day.